All right. Hello, everyone in our wonderful Moms Made Strong community. I am so happy to be here today to talk with Courtney Klein of Birth Order so we can learn about all of the good things that we should be giving as gifts for our pregnant and postpartum friends. So, in case you guys don't know, my name is Dr. Brooke Kolisiak. I'm the owner of Legacy Physical Therapy, and Jamie Coker and myself manage this wonderful group of women, Moms Made Strong. We love it. And today I am talking with Courtney Klein of Birth Order, and she is going to fill us in a little bit more about why she created this wonderful online marketplace. So fill us in, Courtney.
Great. Thanks for having me, Brooke. I'm really excited to be here. So my name is Courtney Klein. I started the company Birth Order. We launched in 2020, and it is an online marketplace for items specifically for mom, for pregnancy and postpartum. So the goal is to change the way or expand the way that we gift for new parents, and give them things that are very practical, educate them on the things that maybe we don't want to talk about in polite society, but like they're gonna learn. So we want to like prepare moms. So the reason that I started this company was that I have now a 3-year-old, but I had a son in 2019, and I loved my pregnancy. I had a great pregnancy. I was very active. I lived in New York City, and I was like walking upstairs and like refused to take elevators like until the week before I had a baby. Like I treated every outing as like I was an athlete, and I was like, when I sit down, I'm not gonna be able to get back up again. Anyway, so I was very active, very into pregnancy. Read every book, had every app, like loved tracking what was going on with the baby. And then I had my son. I came home from the hospital and was immediately like hit with reality that I had a major blind spot for postpartum. And when I say major blind spot, like I didn't even have pads at my house, which I still am shocked by. I mean, I did a lot. Everyone said the hospital will give you what you need. I just trusted that. And they, they gave me enough to get me through a couple of days, but only a couple of days. And there's nothing worse than like waddling to Walgreens 3 days postpartum to try to get that stuff. So I was kind of like, wow, this is pretty incredible. If I had this blind spot, if I missed this, and I was so eager for the information, this has to be something that is a problem for so many new moms because, anyway, I have a lot of friends who were not as interested in their pregnancy as I was mine. So I imagine that they also had this shock. And so I was trying to think about how we could better prepare new parents. My partner also really wanted to help me, but he didn't know anything about this. So a place where he could quickly even know to go to shop to get me things that I would need without him having to read all the books I gave him that I wanted him to read while I was pregnant. So it's trying to like guide people to what's really essential and what they will need. And so that's what Birth Order is. I moved to St. Louis from New York City. I'm originally from here in St. Louis. So I moved back right before the pandemic to raise my son here with all of our extended family, and then the world shut down. And so I was like, well, I'm home with the baby, so let's start a business. And that's what I did.
I love it because that's what everyone does when they're at home in a pandemic with the baby,
Yeah, it was like the world is totally different. I'm just going to adjust. And, at the time, babies take a lot of naps. I mean, he was like 1 at that point, but he still took really long naps. I recommend a lot of moms who are home with a 1-year-old with only one, because if you have 2, I can't even imagine. But like, take advantage of those months where they take 3-hour naps and like start a business. Why not?
Oh goodness.
But yeah, so that's where Birth Order came from. I have been steadily growing here in St. Louis ever since. I'm primarily online, and then I also sell at local markets here around town. This weekend, I will be at the Mackland Market downtown. I'm really excited. It's my first time at that one, so I'm really excited about that. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about some I felt like I was missing that no one really told me about until after the fact that I think would be really important for people. So these are sort of my top picks of what we have in the shop.
Cool.
So the first one is postpartum pads. These are company Honey Pot makes these. They're all organic, but they're infused with mint and lavender and aloe. So just by touching your skin, they're naturally soothing. So you don't have to go through, I'm sure most of your audience or a lot of your audience has had a baby. And so you know that like crazy padsicle contraption that they teach you how to make at the hospital with where you freeze it, but sits like you pack your underwear full of ice packs and it's massive and pretty nuts. So this kind of cuts that out a little bit. So you don't have to make all of this. It's naturally cooling. If you want, what I recommend is before you even go to give birth, pop a couple of these in your freezer and they'll just be like super cold and really nice and ready to go. So these are it's a really cool company too.
I am way out from postpartum, but for anyone who, I would highly recommend those versus like you said, the big, I love how you call it the padsicle contraption that we made. So, and I love all of like the natural kind of calming things that are infused into that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I got really into, when I was trying to get pregnant, I got really into reading about like importance of organic cotton and tampons and stuff like that. And so I was just really, it took a long time to get pregnant. So I was really clean in that area. And so when it came to postpartum, I loved the idea of continuing that because it was, there's a lot of work to be done down there. So it needed it.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. So pads
My
are number
other
one.
favorite item that actually someone did send me when I was pregnant, but it was not on my registry and I was pretty minimalist. And like a lot of first time moms, I did a lot of research and I really worked hard on my registry. And so I was like, I only want things like this is a perfect registry. Someone went rogue and they got me these ice heat packs for my boobs. And I was like, I threw a tantrum. It was like Bridezilla, but like new Momzilla. It was nuts. And I was like, whatever. I threw them in my freezer. And then like 3 days after my baby Kate was born, my milk came in. My boobs hurt so bad. It was so awful. I was not prepared for the pain of engorgement when the milk comes in. And I pulled these out of the freezer. And I give these to every pregnant friend of mine. Like it's the number one thing where I was like, I didn't know they saved everything. So they're really soft. You can freeze them. So like when the milk first comes in, they're great for the soothing with cold. And then continued with breastfeeding, if you heat them up, they're really nice for like helping get out any clogs or just with like the breastfeeding or just feels good. So it comes in a pack of 2. They're really nice. There is a counterpart to that is for your vaginal area. It's also really nice if you have a C-section. It goes above it. So same thing, just fits nicely in your underwear. Okay. An item that I didn't personally have to use, but when I sell at markets is easily one of like the most enthusiastic products that I sell is our C-section cream. There's not a lot. I feel like a lot of women have C-sections as an emergency, so they weren't prepared for it. So they really didn't research it at all. So this is just a really nice natural organic cream that you put on the incision after it's fully healed or fully closed. You put it on 1 to 3 times a day, and it'll help with that scar tissue buildup so it stays supple, so that it stays comfortable as it heals and beyond instead of becoming harder. It also can, because of that, make it visually a little less obvious, but I think the big thing is the comfort more than the appearance. But this is a really nice cream. It's Mother Love C-section cream. Okay.
I think that's awesome because so many women on the C-section side of it, honestly, like when they come to see us, they had no idea that they could do anything for their C-section scar. They're like, oh, wait, I haven't even tried to touch it or anything like off limits. And so like Courtney says, once it's fully healed or fully closed, being able to put that on it can be super helpful, and it can honestly help it to move more freely and feel more comfortable. So that's great.
Right. It's something I didn't have a C-section, so I didn't know about it. And so when I started this company, I really wanted to look at how can I help all kinds of moms. And I just started researching C-sections, and that was like a top thing that came up. But I found it on like message boards. Like it was just kind of like word of mouth between moms. I don't think that there's not a lot of like marketing towards C-sections, even though it makes up a third of the moms out there. I mean, it's a big number. So yeah, anything we can do to support them is great. And I didn't realize how uncomfortable it could be for how long, for like, you know, your life. And so that's a real quality of life thing that I think is really important to talk about. Okay. My last big, what I think is very important. It's a bundle of things that I grabbed because it's the whole area. It's anything for like perineal repair. So we have a sitz bath if you're someone who likes a nice soak. This is made by Forest and Meadow, which is a local St. Louis company that we just started carrying. There's a apothecary run by a herbalist. She's also a midwife and a doula, so she really like makes some great products to help new moms. So yeah, a sitz bath. If you're not a soak person and you're more of like an on the go, we have a sitz bath spray. And this is really nice because if you take, this is the Mother Love, so this is the same company that makes the C-section cream. If you take this, I should have shaken it up. If you take the little thing off of the straw off of it, put it back together, then it works upside down. So it's a really nice, like getting it in there and spraying it. Ooh, it smells nice. But yeah, this is like a great on the go sit spray. And then the peak of perineal treatment and care is the peri bottle. Mm-hmm. So this is great because you can actually put the sitz soap in it, or you can just use water of any temperature and you just fill it with water and then it's already ready to go. It's perfectly angled so you can just squirt it and it'll clean you. So in those first couple of weeks when there's still repair happening down there, you don't want to use toilet paper. This is a really great way to get clean. The design of it makes this a lot nicer than what the hospitals give you. And this one also, it condenses down and comes with a waterproof bag. So if you are on the go, it fits really nicely in your diaper bag.
Cool. Well, honestly, like when we just posted in the group earlier on Monday, like what was an item that you didn't know that you needed postpartum, and that was the one I put up there. I was like, peri bottle, you need a peri bottle, everyone. And that one's an awesome one that it condenses and it's got the little angle. So that's a really cool one.
Yeah, that was one that I had no idea that a friend of mine, probably days before I had a baby, she has a daughter who is like 8 months older than my son. So she was done with, so she sent me a bunch of that stuff and she sent me her hospital peri bottle and it looks like a little mustard bottle. There's no nice like angle top. Like it is a little difficult.
You have to contort yourself to use it.
And I was like, what do you even use with this? And she's like, oh, you'll know. Just wait. You'll know. You didn't even tell me. See?
Nice.
But yeah, I wish that something like this one I had known was an option.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, very cool. Well, those are awesome, like great practical tips as far as those things that people, again, maybe didn't think that they needed and that could be really, really helpful. What are also what are your top sellers? Like what gets given as gifts? So
our number one top seller, this is also the thing that kind of inspired the company because this was my favorite trying to get the box open, is this nipple cream by Mother Love. You can tell this is a brand that I really like because this is the third product of theirs that I've talked about. So this Mother Love nipple cream is my top seller. I have people who buy this in like multiple quantities. Yeah, I wish. Oh my gosh. When I had my son, I was doing everything the most natural, and all of the books that I planned on doing everything the most natural. And the books that I had read talked about using lanolin for your nipples because it's just, it's the most natural. It's whatever. And so that's what I was like, that's what my book said. That's what I'm going to use. And I had a friend who my son just sent me a text with a picture of this. And she was like, I know you have a plan. Do whatever you want. But I just want you to know, if you decide you need something else, this stuff saved my life. And so anyway, so I went, I was like, okay, thank you. Very polite. Went about my business. And then like 2 weeks later, had a horrible infection. Breastfeeding the pregnancy was great. That was where I got wrecked. I had a really bad infection, and I just like in the middle of the night placed like a overnight order, just desperate. I was like, maybe this will help. And immediately, I mean, it didn't clear my infection, but it made everything so much more comfortable. I am like, if I go to church, it's like the church of this nipple cream. Like,
nipple cream. Church.
And I went through so many of these during my pregnancy. So I'm so excited when I see people place orders for multiples, because it's like, if you're really using it, depending on how long you breastfeed, like you can use it for a long time. It's also really great for like a lip balm. It's just good for everything.
There you go.
Yeah. Mother Love Nipple Cream. It's our number one, and I couldn't be happier about it.
Nice.
Other products that are really popular is our massage roller. And so this is just like, you can like massage yourself. This was something that I carry because it was recommended by doulas to use during birth. That you can get it cold or you can use it with oil. And so in between contractions, it's really nice to get in there and like release those muscles that are getting really tight during the birthing process. It's also great just, during your pregnancy when you're sore, you don't have to wait for anyone to come and like rub your thighs or your arms or anything. So this is really good, really popular among dads. I have had multiple people come back and buy it again because their partner stole it, which I think is really funny.
That's awesome.
Other top products is, I only have the one that I'm using here, our Mama Bottle by Bink. So this is a water bottle, and you can't really see it, but it has times on it. And so you're supposed to refill it 3 times throughout the day. And so you just use this tracker to know, like, to keep on track to drink all of the water that you're supposed to drink throughout the day. It is a glass bottle with this like heavy silicone on it. I've dropped this thing on my hard driveway so many times and it has not broken. The only problem I have with it now is that I'm learning that toddlers love straws. So this piece is starting to become, I think I'm going to stop using it. It actually comes with a regular screw-on lid. You don't have to use the straw. I just got it, and now my kid thinks it's his. But this is a really popular bottle. It comes in a lot of cute colors. And then the magnesium oil, which is if you're having, like for me, I was having really bad Charlie horses during my pregnancy. My doctor told me to take magnesium supplements, but you do have to be careful with when you're taking a supplement, how much. But oil is really, it's like really hard to like take too much of it topically. So this is a way that if you have sore muscles and stuff, you can, it's a spray and you can just sort of spray it on and rub it, and it will give you, eases your muscles. If you're having headaches, it can help with the headaches. It can help with sleeplessness. So this is just a really good all around pregnancy product.
Nice. I'll add it in that it can help on the constipation side.
Oh,
too.
yes.
So
yeah,
magnesium definitely helps with that. And sometimes people do better. Magnesium is one of those supplements that sometimes orally people have a hard time absorbing enough of it. Like their body just doesn't absorb it well in different forms. So, but taking it in topically through the skin can help kind of bypass that. So
yeah, that's one that's really, I mean, I'm really excited about. That's become a really popular item for us in the shop. It's relatively new for us, and yeah, people are very enthusiastic. Like I said, I took it. I took the supplements, and it made the world of difference in me. So I can't even imagine, if you can't take it that way. Yeah, it's great. Okay, and then our last sort of top 5 item is one of our bundles. So one of the things that we do, like I was talking earlier about making it easy for dads to shop. And, for me, like a lot of my friends didn't have kids, so they wanted to buy me things. But they didn't want to like Google for an hour what to buy me. So we do stuff. We try to make the shop really easy to shop through if you don't know what you want. And one of those things is we make these trimester bundles where it's like we put together just a little gift of like, this is what's great for this time in their pregnancy. So what I have here is my 3rd trimester deluxe bundle. This is our top selling of the bundles. So I'll show you really quick what's in it. So grip socks. These are the slipper styles. These ones are super cozy. They're really nice. Like you have wood floors or stairs. In that last trimester of pregnancy, when you're getting big, your balance might be off. Also really great once you have the baby and you're carrying the baby around all the time. I became really afraid of stairs after I had for like those first couple of months with him. It comes with the famous massage roller, which I already told you guys about. There's a labor prep tea, which is really nice for just sort of preparing your uterus and getting everything ready for delivery. It's just like a yummy little treat yourself that actually like helps do some stuff. This is my favorite item in the shop that I can actually use on a regular basis since I'm not currently pregnant. Julie's dates. These are really great for constipation. They're really great for fiber. There also is some evidence that dates do help with effacement of the cervix. So if your goal is to have a vaginal delivery, this can actually help you achieve that without intervention. I don't have the sites to cite it here right now, but actually not woo-woo, realness. You eat 3 of these a day and it will make a difference. And they are the best dates I've ever had in my life. I weaned my toddler off of his Halloween candy with them last fall, and I was very proud of myself. Okay. And then we have a mini of the Rosewater Wonder Mist, which is just like a nice rose mist. My skin got really dehydrated during pregnancy. That's pretty common for a lot of people. So this is just a nice little hydration mist of coolness. Just feels good. That's just a little self-care moment. And then we also have an everybody oil. So like in that 3rd trimester, when your skin's getting really dry and itchy from the stretching, this just helps keep you lubricated and feels really cozy and good. And that's it.
And I'll put a plug in for the bundles. They are awesome. One of our therapists, many of you guys know Lauren, just had her baby via C-section, and we got her the C-section bundle, and she was a big fan of what is the magic underwear. We learned about those, and she says she would highly, highly recommend those. And so I loved the fact on the shopping side of it that, I just had to be like, cool, I know that my friend is having a vaginal delivery or a C-section. Here we go. Or I know my friend's in her 1st trimester. Here's a bundle. I don't have to spend a lot of time picking things out. And I loved that. It was great.
I'm so happy to hear that. Even like I said, my son's only 3 years old and the products have changed so much in 3 years that like this is definitely like the products are always changing. So unless you're really interested in staying on top of what is available, like I am, then, there's a lot of new stuff when you're looking. So to be able to make it easy to pick something out is great.
Yeah, no,
I'm so
definitely.
Happy that you like that.
It turned out great. So you gotta, I know my now go-to place for any, baby shower or friend who's pregnant, that kind of stuff. Plus just in general, like I think a lot of the stuff, even though it's geared around pregnancy and postpartum, like I wouldn't mind some grippy socks. And I wouldn't some of the stuff you're talking about, I was like, that sounds really good.
Well, like the mama bottle, I have a girlfriend who just bought one and she's not a mom, not pregnant, like not on her radar, but she was like, that's really cute. I'm going to buy it. And she's been texting me every day since she got it. And she's like, I couldn't love this bottle more. I'm so obsessed with it. And she said her husband keeps making fun of her because he's like, why do you have a mom bottle? And she's just kind of like, it's great. It doesn't matter. It's a really good water bottle.
Cool. Well, wonderful. Well, Courtney, thank you so much for coming on today and sharing some of this advice on why you created Birth Order and what some of your favorite products are, what the most practical products are, and what's kind of popular these days. Because I know for me, like it's just really helpful to have this kind of one-stop shop to kind of go and be able to look at and know what's out there now and what are good products. So thank you for creating Birth Order and moving forward with it. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This has been really nice. And I've loved, learning about your practice and being local here. I'm so excited to be able to send people your way also. So this is really cool.
Wonderful. And for all you guys tuning in, if you have any questions, put them down in the comments, and Courtney and I will be watching the post for the next couple of days, and I'll go ahead and put some of the links in the comments so that you guys can go over and check out the Birth Order shop. And thanks again for tuning in. Everyone have a wonderful rest of your day.